Now let's get you some more global stories also. And this morning we're tracking a story coming in from Canada also. Canadian Prime Minister announced his resignation as the leader of the Liberal Party of Canada, effectively ending his 9-year tenure as a PMP. He now will function as the caretaker Prime Minister until a successor is chosen or decided upon. The move comes amid rising dissent against him within his party only. Trudeau went on to say what although he is a fighter, the parliament under his leadership is completely paralysed. According to Canada's legislature, in such a case, the ruling party gets 90 days from the day of resignation of its leader to find a replacement. Meanwhile, the spotlight is now on the likely contenders who will replace Trudeau. Dominic LeBlanc, Milian Joly, Francois Philippe and even Mark Carney are the names that have been floated as the potential choices.
I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process. Last night, I asked the President of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election. I've been inspired by the resilience, the generosity, and the determination of Canadians. It is the driving force of every single day I have the privilege of serving in this office. That is why, since 2015, I've fought for this country, for you, to strengthen and grow the middle class. Why we rallied to support each other through the pandemic, to advance reconciliation, to defend free trade on this continent, to stand strong with Ukraine and our democracy, and to fight climate change and get our economy ready for the future. We are at a critical moment in the world.
The axe has fallen. Of course, everybody knew that it would happen. But Justin Trudeau has said that he will no longer be Prime Minister of Canada. Now, this comes after 10 tumultuous years. I mean, as far as his last days would be considered, it has to be remembered that it came after a very bruising conversation with Donald Trump, who's going to be the next president of America. Because Donald Trump is looking at 25% tariff on all exports from Canada. And that's going to hurt the Canadian economy. It'll be dangerous for the Canadian economy. And Donald Trump is a transactional person. You have to argue with Trump, you have to discuss things with Trump, you have to stand up to Trump. Now, there has been a meeting between Trudeau and Trump, after which Trudeau was very dismissively, it was said about him that he was the governor of the 51st state of America. Imagine Trump saying this about a prime minister of a country, and Canada at that. Can you imagine Prime Minister Modi being dismissed like that? Definitely not. So Canada needs a new Prime Minister. That, of course, is only one reason. Then this entire issue with India. Now, India and Canada were once very good friends, but the relationship has plummeted. The quality of the relationship, primarily because a lot of things Trudeau has done is what India believes. Now, there is hope that actually this relationship can be rebuilt, because there are thousands and thousands of Indians who are there to study, and that brings a lot of money to the Canadian economy. Besides, many, many thousands of Indians are either NRIs or of Canadian citizens and people of Indian origin. Besides that, generally speaking, all Canadians believe that their economy is in bad shape, that they need a new leader, and Trudeau is definitely past his expiry date.
All right, that was Srinjoy Chaudhary, our network resource, who was talking more about this. But let's get you some more stories. In fact, let's get you stories from US now. What possibly, let's shift focus to the United States, where President-elect Donald Trump has denied reports that said his aides were looking at tariff plans that would only cover critical imports. Now, deepening uncertainty among business leaders about the country's future trade policy rhetoric, Trump responded on his Truth Social platform after the Washington Post cited 3 sources familiar with the matter as saying that Trump aides were exploring a narrower approach to tariffs. Now, focused on certain critical sectors, the said reports sparked rallies across US and European stocks and maintained the up move despite his denial. The dollar paired declines against other currencies following his statement. And in fact, among other headlines we are tracking this morning is Fed top cop Michael Barr has said he will step down on February 28 in a surprise move that will avert a potentially messy legal fight with President-elect Donald Trump, who is now free to replace him with an official of his choosing. Barr said he was stepping down as a central bank's vice chair for supervision over a year before his term was set to expire in July 2026, but planned to keep his seat on the Fed's board of governors. While detailing the rationale behind his resignation, he said that the risk of being a serious distraction to the central bank and his ability to serve the people was high and wasn't worth it.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.